thought I'd give you a wee taster of what's to come this morning, rather than all the theory about sticks and everything that's involved. We'll give you a little run through on what's the preparation of a shank. Cordless. You don't have to worry about torques or anything like that. Speed, slow, fast. That does. Metal core bit. This is what I use. This is the way I go about doing the shank situation. It's not everybody's way of doing it, but this is my way. I found that this works extremely well and gives you a very good, very strong shank joint between shank and handle. Anyway, you're looking for a 16mm core bit. A steel that's for working boring holes in steel, and it's usually meant to be worked in a drill press, but in a cordless for making a 12mm dowel, which it gives you when you've bored it, it's first class. A little skill involved, keeping it true and accurate, but practice is the game. But for this demonstration we'll just run through the bits and pieces, but this is just a small off-cut of holly. Difficult to tell once everything's peeled and seasoned, but the oval shape kind of gives it away. Even me, I've got difficulty telling them once it's all sorted out, like, you know. But anyway, I normally get there in the end. But holly, anyway, you're looking for the centre. Now normally there is a small indent, a small clear thing where the centre of the stick is, and we'll say for this purpose that it is in the centre, which it is, and we'll take a bradawl and we will go in and make a small indentation. And if it's slightly, if you need to move it slightly off centre, it can be moved off centre, but care needs to be taken on how you actually start it away. The core bit has a pilot in the middle of it, 6mm pilot, which projects about 8mm or so beyond the core itself. And pop it in the vise. I've got a bit of leather that hangs there, and I use that just either side off to clamp up in the vise, keeping it as plumb or as true as possible. Once you've done that, bore yourself a hole, or bore downwards on it anyway, and taking time, starting the slow speed, and then once you get it started, care must be taken as you start away that the pilot gently starts in the indentation that you've made and works its way down slowly. And then once you've got to a point, you can, once you get into the timber, you can fling it onto the faster speed and just carry the drill, though don't force it. Carry the drill and it will take it down slowly. Once you've got it down, it will hit a point, it won't go any further, and that's it. A bit of lubrication you can use at times, but it tends to clog up, so just take your time and it'll work fine for you. This is what you end up with, approximately centre. This one's just a little bit off, but it's not a problem, because when it comes to the handle situation we'll get round to that. But anyway, what I normally do is I pop a bit of water, spray. I've got a spray here that I spray the inside of it, and I use Gorilla Glue. Good stuff, expansive stuff. Strongest glue on the planet, or strongest jobs on the planet anyway. And it's good. It works extremely well. Can use aldite, and I've got some up there and bits and pieces and that I've found through the years. For horn and that, aldite is not porous, so it tends to be better altogether. It works better, but this does extremely well in wood. Yet to find anything better. Anyway, what I do is I pop a bit of water inside there. As you see, there's a 6mm hole in the middle, and I use a 45mm wood screw, hardened. Don't need to pile it at the bottom, just gently pop a couple of pops of glue in it, drop the screw in, and down you go. Tighten it up till it reaches the top of the dowel, don't go any further. If you go too far, it will split the dowel and become too wide for the hole in the handle, plus it will knacker the dowel. So just take your time, and that's what you end up with. The same thing can be done for a metal rod if you want to do the same, something similar with horn, and you want to project beyond the dowel situation. You can do this with a bit of 5mm threaded rod. Same business again, water, glue, pop it in, give everything time to set, don't try and do everything quickly. 24 hours is plenty of time. You can use a longer screw if you feel that the timber that you're using, some of the softer stuff, the hazel might require a little longer screw in it, but you need to pilot it. Same again, touchy glue, not too much. It goes a long way, that stuff. It can cause some havoc on the road. I've used too much at times, and what can you say? Anyway, pop it in, there you go. This system here is quite good. It's a 4-inch 12 gauge hardened wood screw. Cut the end off the grinder, and same again, water, glue, pop it in, tap it up against something, and small pilot in the bottom, take you down to about 10 mil or so below the dowel. Tap it in and let the glue do its business, hard it up. What this does is it gives you the ability, when you put the handle on, if you're using a handle with a longer shank part to it, it gives you the ability to put it all together and then screw it down with the receiving hole in the shank of the handle for the dowel, and the pilot to take the screw. Extremely strong joint between the two of them. Better using it on sticks that are true, and the handle's true to the stick, and there's no really a match point on it. Anywhere on the stick, when you finish tightening it, the handle will be right. Other than that, you're dangerous trying to turn it beyond a point, and it will strip the thread and the screw and whatnot, and it'll not work. But anyway, that's that way of doing it. Whatnot. So, and with the mandrel situation, you can use a bigger core bit, which I tend to use at times for some of the other handles that I make up, just to get me started. And I'll start the handle away like that, pop that into it, really just to give me a grip and advice when I'm busy shaping things off. That will come out at some point later, and a dowel situation will ensue. This one here is for a thumbstick I'm going to be making at some point, and there's a lot of work to go on it yet, but it's a bit of spruce root, marvellous business. You get some nice shapes, and it just gives you something different, and by the time you've finished and polished it all off and cleaned it up, and it looks really good, works well. But we'll get round to the handles later on, but that's just an idea to give you the thing. All we're going to do is talk about going to get sticks, finding sticks and all the rest of it, because it can be a bit of a thing. We don't seem to be getting out of the bit, but there's plenty of time. You know, you must never rush this situation. If you're in it for the long haul, take your time. This is, I'll show you this bit before I go. This is a bit of Juniperus virginiana. Beautiful, beautiful smell. Lovely, sweet, sweet smelling wood that. And as you can see, once I shape this up, it will make a lovely handle. So I think all the shapes and things are there in the wood situation. It's just imagination and working away at it. You'll get there. It'll be good, it'll be good. It'll be good. We've got white stuff out there this morning. Oh, winter, what can you say? It's winter in Scotland, winter anywhere. But it's all right on Christmas Day, but any other time it's not bloody use at all, like, you know. But that's it. We'll get a walk at some point. We'll need to get out in the day. So anyway, hope that's given you a little taster of what's to come. And we'll cover fancy sticks, half sticks. We'll cover it all eventually. There's just so much to say and so much to show you. If I live long enough, we'll probably be okay. Anyway, that's it for the now.